So here's my 2015 KTM 1190 Adventure. It's a very warm February day here in the Chicago suburbs, and I got out for a short ride and thought I would stop, admire the bike a little bit. It's been sitting in my garage, and I have to say, I haven't owned any other bike as long as this one, and I haven't enjoyed any other bike as much as I've enjoyed this one. This thing is so powerful. It rides so nicely. It's comfortable. It's been completely reliable for me. I've had a few little bugs, but nothing that has stranded me or really made me concerned. I've ridden this thing from the Chicago area up to Lake Superior and around Lake Michigan and down to Tennessee. And it never really skips a beat. The only things that have ever given me any kind of trouble were the clutch slave cylinder here. They're known to be problematic on these, and some people just swap the O-ring on the piston. I went with the Oberon, and I believe I'll never need to worry about it again. I'll keep up with changing the fluid periodically, but these are supposed to be very reliable. I put one on my 701 as well, as those were also known to be buggy. But other than that, never really any problems with this bike. I did a coolant flush once, and this was my fault. There's a bleed screw buried way up in here, and when I was reaching in there to open that bleed screw to let the air out of the cooling system, I snapped off the temperature sensor that's there. So that was my fault. I had to replace a new sensor and do a little bit of work to get to it, but that was self-inflicted. I did that. Other than that, no problems with this bike. I've got, let's see, what do I have on the odometer now? 33,661 miles. Been a very good ownership experience, and every time I think about, boy, those new 1290 Adventures sure look good. Now the new 1390, I just think about this bike's paid off. I don't know what those would give me that this doesn't. Those are great, I'm sure, but this has been paid for a long time, and do I really want a huge bill for a new bike? Not really. I don't think so. I've done a bunch of upgrades to this and added some things on, luggage racks and all that good stuff. I'd have to start over on the 1390. So if this is still doing what I need from it, I don't see making that kind of investment. There's other things I could spend my money on. Even this power parts seat is very comfy. I don't feel a need to buy a much more expensive seat than that. And the good thing was, when I bought this bike used, it came with, I think, 3 different seats, and I sold off the other 2. I like this one enough. This is all I need. And earlier this year, I did put this insulated rear cylinder header on from the 1290 Touring, and I think it does improve the heat transfer onto your left leg, but I'll have to see on a really hot day if I feel much relief. Between the weight and the heat on your left leg on hot days, those are pretty much my only 2 complaints with this bike. But it's an 1190, it's going to have some weight to it. That's why I have a 701 when I want to go with something lighter weight and maybe on sketchier surfaces. But this thing is so good on the highway. The 701 is not bad, but it can't touch this. And the exhaust that came with it, it's the same deal. It came with the bike. I had another exhaust that came with it. I kept this one. Sounds great. Looks great. So That's the one I run with. And then one other addition that I had made is this power cell cruise control, which is just a lifesaver on the highway. You just set this thing, you have up and down. You can cancel it by pulling the clutch or applying either brake or hitting the middle button to cancel it. This is so great on these long rides. I can set it and hold my speed. You know, yes, the newer radar-based cruise controls would be kind of cool. So when a slower car in front of me is in my way, the bike will slow down and keep the distance behind that. But in reality, I don't know. I'd rather just go around them. So anyway, I won't keep rambling, but just thought I would take a stop here, do a little video. Beautiful February day here in the Chicago area. Still some snow on the ground, but it was in the 50s today. So I'm going to get back on the road and enjoy this thing.